Welcome in. It is the Lowdown. Jeremy Conn here. It's all brought to you by Pick Dawgz. Make sure you click the like and subscribe button. That helps us out. The notification button. If you click that, it'll let you know anytime one of these gets posted. Check out the Concrete Inner Circle. Some people, I actually got a message on yesterday's podcast about posting my results from the Inner Circle. I don't even mind telling you guys, like Friday was incredible. Saturday sucked. Sunday was incredible. I think we were up like 16 units on Friday. Saturday I missed most of my top plays, and then kind of like a lot of the other plays evened out. Sunday I hit all my top plays, and then we were plus, I don't know, like another 10 or 12 units on Sunday. Monday would have been a loss, but I only had two games. I had the Ravens, and they totally shit the bed. And I had the Padres. I gave out 3 free props. I went 1 and 2 in those. And it's weird because one of the props, I didn't give out anything regarding Mark Andrews except when I went on the morning show saying I think he gets in the end zone. And some bitch got in twice. What a weird game. And again, the Ravens keep playing these games. Right now, the Ravens are averaging 37 points per game, and they're 1 and 2. It's just, man. Lamar has, what's he lead the league in touchdown passes? He also has another one that he ran in. And he's got 140, like a perfect quarterback passer rating is 158.3, and he's sitting somewhere around 146 or something like that as far as his passer rating goes. And they're 1 and 2. The defense has just looked horrendous, and I did not expect that at all last night on Monday night and how things went. And again, as I said, my prop plays in that game, if you didn't hear me talk about him yesterday or didn't know, like I liked Zay Flowers to go over his yards. I liked Lamar to go over his rushing yards. If Lamar runs one more time, I think we hit his rushing prop, but he finished a few yards under it. What else? And I had Sam Laporta under 4.5 catches. That's the only one I hit. He had 4 with maybe 6 or 7 minutes to go in the third and didn't get another catch. But it's been interesting to say the least. As I said, I only had the other baseball play that I was on was the under in the Giants game. Oh, and I like the Nerfy there, and of course, yeah, here we are. Every time this year, I've gone to a Nerfy in a great spot. They've scored in the first inning, and I've even had one where they scored 3 runs in the first inning, and the game still went under a total of 7.5. So, I mean, you pick your spots, you try to find the best ones, and Monday was not my day. Tuesday, however, I think could end up being a little bit better. I did like the slate quite a bit. Just to recap or kind of go over what I liked. I did like the Orioles over. My favorite play on the slate was the Mets and Cubs to go under. And by the way, when we talk about the Mets and Cubs, it'll be my free play. We're going to say under again. I'll give you all the reasons why, but it's a pretty incredible spot coming up later on today. I like the Dodgers and Arizona to go over. I like the A's. I like the under in the Colorado-Seattle game. And I was all over Phoenix and Minnesota to go over the 158.5. I did like Vegas to bounce back minus the 9.5. And I was on a few baseball prop plays. Ohtani, Witt, and Langoliers over 1.5 bases, and Christian Javier under 4.5 Ks. So that was kind of my card. Even though I only put up 3 plays on Pick Dawgz, I mean, I write all this stuff out, and I have to do it for various reasons for my show. And I like doing it anyway, like breaking down stuff, but I don't get everything up on the website. And I don't try to put too many things up on the website. You'll see weekends will be a little bit more aggressive with some plays. And then once we get to basketball and sports start crossing over, you'll see me putting up quite a bit of plays. I love college hoops. The NBA has been very kind to me over the years, so looking forward to that starting up. And looking forward to college football. I haven't had the greatest college football season thus far. We had, I think which one was it? Week 1 or week 2 was really good to me. Or college football, I guess we've had 4 weeks. Maybe it was week 3 that was really good to me. But the other ones have just been kind of so-so or bad. This Saturday was bad. And college football has been very kind to me over the years. So I've had a ton of success in the NFL this year. College football has eluded me, but I'll get it. And as I've said this before, I'll put myself up against anybody once the bowl games roll around. It's not a cocky thing, but I'm just very confident in what I do and the success rate that we've had in bowl game packages. I say packages, like I might even put something up to sell all the bowl games so somebody gets, I don't even know if I can do that. I guess I got to talk to somebody that knows a little bit more than I do when it comes down to it. So where are we going from here? Let's talk about the games. And We got 4 good ones, and as I said, I tried to pick some matchups. Like, these are all 4 decent pitching matchups to upper echelon matchups, if you will. And you guys will understand what I'm saying. So we have 4 games, and all of them have playoff implications. So we start off with Milwaukee and San Diego. Wind's blowing about 9 miles an hour in. This is the other pretty good wind spot today. I mean, there are a couple that kind of jump off the charts to me, but the wind spots are, this is one of them, 9 miles an hour in, and we get Dylan Cease and Quinn Priester. I think Priester's been better than even what I expected this year. Dylan Cease hasn't been as good. Both of these guys being fly ball pitchers with the wind blowing in. Yes, I will take the under. You've heard me with this theme with strong winds blowing in and good pitching matchups. I'll take my chances on it. This looks like a 7.5 total, possibly. Maybe we even get a 7 there. I don't know if they'll get to that, but I think this will be around 7.5. I like the under. Too good. And I think both these guys are good. And again, as we talked about playoff implications, Milwaukee holding on to that top spot. San Diego's still trying to, keep their spot. And I mean, the Mets are just falling apart, but we'll get to them in the final play. It's just been ridiculous, this little stretch run here. And how ironic that, and we'll talk about them, the Tigers coming up. Last year, they do something we've never seen in coming back and making the playoffs after trading away pieces. And then this year, they they made moves, and they totally crapped the bed down the stretch and may end up losing this division after having a double-digit lead. This is a huge series with the Tigers and Guardians. We'll get to that game in 1 second. Let's talk about Pitt and Cincinnati. It's at Cincinnati. Wind is out at about 4 miles an hour, 67 degrees. There's drizzle, a little rain in the forecast. I've talked about when you get some rain in the forecast and it gets hot there, the humidity picks up and the ball carries. I don't see this being that situation with the weather being in this, in the 60s. Still could see some of that. Ball might carry, but doesn't matter because we have Paul Skeens and Hunter Green. And these two guys, Hunter Green, everybody was waiting for him to kind of turn that corner. High strikeout guy. He's been great this year. And we all know what Paul Skeens is. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Just got to get him out of Pittsburgh and that cesspool of. I don't even think they want to create a winner. They don't spend money. The Pittsburgh Pirates, their longest free agent contract or largest free agent contract, or I think only one, was going back to Ivan Nova on a 2-year, what was it, like a $13 or $15 million deal? And that was their highest free agent contract sign. It doesn't mean they didn't sign one of their own guys, but going out and signing other players, they are cheap with a capital cheap. I mean, it's just unbelievable that you've got one of the best prospects or best players we've seen in all of baseball. He starts the All-Star game his rookie year, and you can't put anything around him. They actually have a really good pitching staff. We'll see if they ever spend any money. But you know what we're headed to. Paul Skeens getting traded for a bunch of prospects. If any of those prospects pan out, we wait until they get good, and then the Pirates trade them again to get more prospects. It's a kind of a suck-ass circle of life here in baseball. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to tell you to take the under here as well. That's where I lean. You've got 2 dominant pitchers. Either one of these guys can come in and just shut down the opposing lineup. With the wind blowing out, it's not much. It's 4 miles an hour, so it's not a huge bump. The one thing I would say on this game is I do like the under. I'm not as big on Pittsburgh's bullpen. Cincinnati's just okay. So if you see in the forecast they're calling for a lot of rain, got to be careful with betting on the starting pitchers here, because if there is a long delay, neither one of these guys will come back, especially if you're looking at Cincinnati not wanting to bring back a guy that's going to be probably their number 1 starter in the postseason. But yeah, it looks like another good underplay here. Let's go to the Tigers and Guardians. This is what we were talking about. They had that huge comeback last year, bullpen games, kicking ass, made the run to the postseason, eventually fall in the postseason. And here are the Guardians doing what the Guardians do. Hey, guess what? You lost your closer because he was gambling. You lost the starter because he was gambling. You traded one of your best starters in Shane Bieber. And here we are with them approaching the playoffs yet again. Fun team. Jack Flaherty's been very profitable to bet against this year. Same thing with Tanner Bybee. He's definitely given up some points. I'm using Tony Mansolino, the Orioles manager, says putting some points on the board. And it pisses off all the fans, so I still like using it. But no, he's given up some runs. You've seen Jack Flaherty giving up the long ball. And Tanner Bybee, he's been better as of late, but still has the propensity to give up the long ball. I'm going to bet on Bybee here in this spot. I'm going to take Cleveland. 7 miles an hour in is the wind. It's blowing 67 degrees. There is some rain in the forecast. Again, another one that you have to check on game day to see if it picks up. But right now it looks like something they could play through. Yeah, I think Cleveland's at the right spot. I mean, the Tigers, we'll have to wait and see what happens with the Tarek Skubal start. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. They lose that, and now you're chasing, and you need guys like Jack Flaherty and maybe even another bullpen game or somebody else to step up because Detroit's just hanging on by a thread right now. So if Tarek Skubal gets them the stop that they need, maybe the less pressure and they come out in this game and play better. But I'm going to take my chances with Tanner Bybee over Jack Flaherty. Give me the Cleveland Guardians. All right. Free plays coming up here. We're going to talk Mets and Cubs, and I've talked quite a bit about these pitchers throughout the year. I mean, if you are watching me do this podcast throughout baseball, and I know we started, towards the end of June? Was that right? June or July? I'm trying to remember when we officially started because I know, or no, you know what? It would have been the beginning of July because we were coming back from Ireland. I was coming back from Ireland, and we kind of got the thing rolling, and then, of course, I had my surgery, and then I missed a bunch of time. But throughout baseball season, you will hear me talk about Wrigley Field a ton just because, again, it's the most affected by wind of all the stadiums. So 10 miles an hour out there feels like 20. 10 miles an hour in feels like 20 in, and it's a huge bump to pitchers or bats depending on which way it's blowing. And today, the wind is blowing in at 11 miles an hour, 65 degrees. You know where I'm gonna be on the under. Let's talk about the pitching matchup. It's Jonah Tong versus Matt Boyd. I really like Jonah. So far, we've seen him have some big strikeouts, some games where he looked really good, and another one where he got beat up. I think he's more of the looks really good. I love the under here, and I think it's going to be at 7. I would not be surprised if we saw some 6.5s out there, but ultimately I think it stays at 7. Could be 7.5 is the highest if this wind holds up. I just can't see it going any higher than that. The one concerning thing is, like, Matt Boyd's been great, fly ball pitcher, wind blowing in, love it. Thing with Jonah Tong is that when he's bad, he walks guys, and he'll give up the base knocks. And, you know, you put guys on base, it's going to be harder to hit home runs here, but you could still have the big inning getting nickel and dimed with singles, doubles, walks, all those things. But I'm still going to tell you to take the under. It's too strong of a play not to. I'm sure it'll be a premium, so we can call it a freemium here for me tomorrow, or for today. Full disclosure, I'm recording this Tuesday afternoon. But I just think it's such a great spot that we can't get away from. Boyd's been really good. I really do like Jonah Tong, but again, we got to be honest when it comes to young pitchers, especially on the road and how things can go awry. And the Mets are relying on a lot of young pitchers down the stretch here. What a weird season for them with their collapse as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, we're going to mix in some more football. You'll hear me. I'll be back on the morning show on Friday. I'll have my Top Dawgz NFL and Top Dawgz College Football podcast with Mark Zinno. We do that every week. I'm actually headed to a concert festival this weekend in Ocean City, Maryland. So, like, you'll see me at a different location. I'll still be recording and putting up my podcast and everything else. But I'll have everything out early. And again, as I always say, you guys should start checking later today on Wednesday as I'll start having my NFL plays up. More importantly, my NFL best bet. We won last week with the Bears, 1-2 on the season. But I keep saying it. I've only had one losing season doing this, and I fully expect to go on a tear in the NFL for my top play. This week is interesting because there's 3 games that I'm kind of got circled, and I don't know which way I'm going to go just yet. I want to do some more research after I get off this podcast and diving into the NFL. So definitely check out pickdawgz.com. You guys can see the leaderboard over there, who's doing well in what sport, who's been hot the past week. Try out all that. I'm not telling you just to go over there for my sake. Go over there and check out the other handicappers. You can pair us up if you want. I feel like there's a lot of great handicappers and a lot of great minds over at Pick Dawgz, so hopefully you guys will go on over and check it out. Appreciate you guys watching this. Hope you win some cash. We'll be back tomorrow.